She's fully yelling at him, pointing a finger, accusing him. And then you guys kind of have the storytelling freedom to be like, why is she yelling at him? You know what I mean? Hello everybody, my name is Dolly or PurpleSims, and today I'm going to show you how to pose your Sims, whether that's for thumbnails, whether that's for storytelling, whatever you guys need. I'm going to show you guys how to do that today. So I actually just went ahead and created a family here, and these are going to be the people that we learn with today. I'm going to answer the first question that you guys would probably have, which is, well, what are you gonna need to pose your Sims? You're gonna need the teleport any sim mod, and you're also gonna need the pose player mod. Both of these are made by Andrew. I believe he just goes by Andrew. Teleport any sim mod basically allows you to teleport your Sims anywhere you need to go. If you head into build mode, I usually just type Tella. It's gonna come up. I just click the top suggestion and I'll see the little knight here. And if you wanted to post your Sims at a table and chairs, you would just put these knights into each chair. And when you have your knights set up, you're clicking on it and then you can see summon a sim to here or teleport a sim to here. Now, teleport a sim to here is for basically any sim that's on the lot. It'll show everybody who's around us. You know, it's not gonna show us the whole world. But if you click on summon a sim to here, you can summon any sim that is in every single world that you have, so you can summon anybody here. Now, on where to find poses, I typically find poses on Tumblr. Another suggestion is also the CC World page, and I believe there's some really good organization there, and you can kind of dial it down to exactly what category you're wanting, whether it's like family poses or holiday poses, but I get most of my poses from Tumblr. Where do you place poses? If you've ever downloaded custom content, it's gonna be basically the same thing as that. Documents, electronic arts, The Sims 4, and then just pop it into your mods folder. Same thing as any other custom content that you would have downloaded. Now, the pose player mod is what you're gonna be using to pose your Sims. So as you can see, I'm gonna click here on Dean, and it says pose by pack or pose by name. If you know the exact name of the pose that you're looking for, I believe you can type in that pose and search through your poses. I typically just go pose by pack. I have quite a few, but you guys can just start off slow and just pick out some simple ones to work with, so you guys can kind of see fully how the pose player and teleport is gonna work. We're gonna start off with just some basic standing up poses. This is what I use most of the time for my thumbnails. Very rarely do I do like couch poses or table poses. Just my main ones are definitely standing up poses. And for today's special guest, stack of pancakes. I'm not even gonna explain why I chose it. Like, why do I even have to explain myself to you guys every time I choose a special gift? It was giving Granny's cookbook energy, okay, to be short. And he's soft and squishy, as you can see, as advertised. He is soft and squishy. This is a family of 4, but I don't believe that I have too many infants and toddler poses where they're together. So we're placing 3 knights. It's gonna look like there's one, but you just place them into each other. We'll teleport Dean, we'll teleport Neil, and we're gonna teleport Tatum. As you guys saw, there's also an option to teleport your dog, because some poses do allow dogs to be in it, so that's really cute. Now, they're gonna look kind of funny. They're all like morphed in together. While you guys are doing this, make sure to have your game paused, because they're going to move. They're going to leave this spot. If I play the game for a while here, they'll just autonomously walk out. So definitely important just to keep your game paused while you're doing all of this. If you click on the crowd of Sims, you'll see the Sim that you're posing up here in the left corner. All right, so just to keep things simple, I'm actually gonna use a pose that I used recently for my last thumbnail, which is the 13 functional family objects. I'm gonna go for this pose pack, and it says all we need is this, is the name of it. I'm gonna scroll down to the bottom, and all packs are labeled differently. You can see that this one says this is the pose pack 9, and you see dad, mom, toddler. So since he's the dad, I'll click dad for him. I click on Tatum, scroll down to the bottom, I click mom, And then I'm gonna go ahead and click on baby Neil. I click play, they're all gonna begin posing. Oh, let's wait for Dean to catch up. So sometimes it takes a second. There is some clipping, but you guys just have to tweak with what they're wearing with Kaz and stuff. Since baby Neil has some thick jeans on, you can kind of see her hands going through his jeans, but you guys get the gist of it. If you want to stop them from posing, because they're gonna pose forever until I get them to stop posing. You guys can see the game is playing and they're chilling here. What you're gonna have to do is you're gonna click on them and you can click stop posing. You can also just exit out what they're doing, like any interaction, and they'll go back to normal. Now, I've just downloaded this really beautiful house out here in Brindleton Bay, and I've never had any sim live on this lot. It's so secluded. But this is a beautiful house that I downloaded off the gallery by Jessica Pye. I love her landscaping. Now, same thing, same old, I'm gonna type in Tella, click Tella, and you can type in teleport fully, and then it also should come up in the search bar. I wanna show you guys the couch poses. So there is some couch poses, furniture poses, and I'm just gonna place 3 just in case. We'll see if we can find a pose for 3 people on the couch. But it's basically gonna be sort of like the same thing that we just went through, except it's a couch pose that you downloaded. So I'm gonna go ahead and shift through and pick out a couch pose. But before that, of course, you guys know you have to teleport the Sims here. So I'm gonna teleport Tatum, and I'm gonna teleport this time. We're gonna do baby Sloan. I have to see if I have a couch pose with an infant, but let's see. I'm actually just gonna choose a 2-person poser. So these are labeled differently. As you guys can see, separated this pose for number 4, and you have A for adults and then I for infants. So I'm gonna do A for the adult dad, and then we're gonna try to get the infant. How do I click on her? She's like in the couch. Oh, here she is. Oh my god, this is so funny. She's peeking out. But I'm gonna click on her, and I'm also just gonna click pose by pack, and we're gonna go down there and pick out that pose. All right, so then I'm gonna do I4 because it was adults A4 and then infants I4. And then I'm just gonna click play, similar to what I just did before. And they both should start posing. Sometimes the infants can be kind of glitchy from my past experiences. Sometimes it takes multiple tries clicking on them to get them to pose, if I'm being honest. All right, so the best way to get your infants to pose is to be clicked on them. So down here, have your infant selected. So I'm gonna get Miss Tatum to walk away from them so you guys can see how cute this pose is. Look at that, this couch pose. And this could be so cute for any storytelling or thumbnails, you guys, if you guys are trying to just be creators and learn how to pose your Sims. One thing for storytelling wise, definitely the table poses are the way to go, because you can choose a facial expression and kind of make them look like they're having a conversation. And I've done this before, I believe, for one of my horse ranch thumbnails. Teleport Dean and we'll teleport Tatum, just like all the other times. Now, I have kind of like a whole category that I downloaded called Sitting and Talking by Rat Boy Sims. So you can see I've downloaded Sitting and Talking Angry, sitting and Talking Happy, Sitting and Talking Neutral. So let's say that Tatum is in trouble. We want him to be sad. So Tatum is going to have, we're gonna do pose number 7 for Tatum. For the sitting and talking poses, they don't exactly have to be from the same category, because you can kind of choose how the other sim is reacting. So I want her to be angry, so I'm actually going to choose her pose from a different category of the sitting and talking. So we're going to click Sitting and Talking Angry, and we're just going to do, we're going to do 3 because I like the way that they're pointing. And then you just click play and they snap into that pose. Now look at this, it looks like they're having a full-on argument. It looks like there's some drama, some tea. She's fully yelling at him, pointing a finger, accusing him. And then you guys kind of have the storytelling freedom to be like, why is she yelling at him? You know what I mean? It's really just like trial and error. I've had a lot of the times where I try to pose a sim and there's like a certain clipping issue, or you know, maybe you selected a sim the wrong way, and I can show you how to fix that. So for this example, I'm just gonna go down to the hold me closer poses, I believe. You can see this one separated by A and B, and in the little thumbnail picture you can see the one that's highlighted with the color is A, this one is B. So I clicked pose A for Dean because this is pack 2. So in reality the correct option to click would be B, A and B, because they match. But let's say that accidentally I press the B from pack 3 or something, whatever, however it happens, you guys, you'd be surprised. So when I click play, well, they kind of match up already because just how the way the pack is. But this actually isn't correct, you guys. They are not supposed to be like this. Hold on, let me choose something that's more obviously wrong. So you see they're like morphed together. You're like, oh no, I messed up. So you don't have to delete what everybody is doing. It's not the end of the world. He's gonna keep on posing forever, so just keep your game paused. That's why I'm saying it's very important to keep your game paused, because it'll be difficult if your sims are trying to walk away, move around. I just exit out that she was posing, but the game is paused, so she's not gonna move. I exit out, and then I'll just go back into the correct pose pack, which was the hold me closer 2, and she's supposed to be person B, and she'll just click right into it, and then they'll finally be in the right pose. And this is such a cute pose. Now for cast poses, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really use cast poses at all, but I wanted to mention them just in case you guys are wondering about them. So if you guys downloaded a cast pose, it's gonna be downloaded the same way that you download any other pose. It'll be in your game. So I'm gonna go ahead and click Ctrl+Shift+C and type in cast full edit mode. Oh my god, mode. Press enter, and it doesn't say anything, but I just do Ctrl+Shift+C to turn it back off. And then I'm gonna shift click, and we're gonna do modify in CAS, and it should have everything open. Trait, like it should just be as if you were creating a sim from scratch again, and you can mess with their traits and things. Now, I don't think I have any trait poses downloaded, but I just want to show you how it would work. But if you were to download a cast pose, you would basically just, let's say that you downloaded a pose for the materialistic trait, you would click on the materialistic traits, and then they would, you know how sims look like when they start posing in CAS. They start doing a whole array of poses and start doing their thing, and that's your opportunity to screenshot and take those pictures of your sims in CAS. But I just wanted to mention that really quick. The next category that I wanted to mention is poses with accessories. So some poses will have accessories that come with them. It depends how creators will put their accessories in different categories. So I have a couple here in the hats section. So I'm trying to think if we should do like a moving out pose. One that's I've used, because I haven't done too many cast poses, but the ones that I have been using are the pregnancy announcement poses. So I have a pregnancy test in here, and that will go with some poses. I also have some ultrasound. Yeah, I have a couple ultrasound accessories because, like, I don't know, like, I'm just a fan of the pregnancy photos, you guys, but I think I want to do something a little different, and we're gonna try to give her a box. So she's gonna look kind of silly. She's gonna have this whole box, but it'll make sense when we do the pose. Since she's holding the box, I'm going to start off how we do for every pose by looking for our teleporting knights. And there's not really that much sun rays, so maybe let's try to put them somewhere where there's some sun and some greenery behind them. Usually I try to like get a good background when I'm taking a thumbnail. So we're gonna go ahead and teleport Dean and Tatum, or Tate over here. And this is by Mel Bennett's X Starry Simsy, and this is called the moving poses. There's a lot of cute ones for thumbnails, you guys. They have some with like toddlers and kids messing with the boxes, so really good for like family gameplay thumbnail if you're moving house. As you guys can see, they have M1 and F1 separating their poses. So female, it says F1, it says that the female needs the box. So she does have the box, but I'm gonna click M1 for Dean and F1 for Tate. I click play, and they snap into it. They're handing each other the box. You can kind of get down low into it, and it looks like they're kind of just moving around. The box was floating a little bit, so I mean, you can tweak around, pick out which pose you like. I believe that I set it up right, so I'm not sure why it would be floating a little bit like that, but that's just an example of accessory posing. But yes, that's basically how I pose on my Sims. If you guys have any questions, just comment down below. But posing really just takes trial and error. It depends. Sometimes it's a difficult pose when there's like a group of Sims and you have to kind of tweak things here and there, but with practice you get better at it, and that's kind of how I just get my Sims to pose for thumbnails and things like that. I appreciate any comments that are left down below, you guys. So if you guys have any questions about what's going on in the tutorial, just leave them down below. Don't be afraid to ask. With that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and head out for today. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have made it to the end, comment some pancakes down in the comments, you guys. This is Miss Buttery Pancake Poutine. Thank you so much for watching this part. I appreciate every single one of you. Bye.